on the channel, somebody alert my dad, as today we're taking a look at the Mattel Elite Survivor Series Return to the Line Bushwhackers.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Elite unboxing and review. And like I said earlier, it's the return, the triumphant return of the Bushwhackers in the Survivor Series Elite line. But for all your Survivor Series Elites and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. That's exactly what I did, is these are shipping right now from Ringside Collectibles, and I made a fatal mistake. I was planning on buying two of these, as I got to display both looks. There's no doubt about it. You got to display both looks of these. So I'm going to maybe play a little bit of that long game, maybe wait for a sale, something like that. But I will be picking up another Butch and Luke. And another thing I'll be picking up is how we do this review, is we're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And the Bushwhackers, possibly the longest time in between series. I think R-Truth held that mantle a while back. However, we got a new recent R-Truth figure, as we do know. But the Bushwhackers came a part of the Mattel line right when they started. I remember seeing that 2-pack, of course, a Target exclusive back in the day. You would see these there all the time, just like the Jakks Class Superstars. So Bushwhackers always been peg warmers as well, going all the way back to the Hasbro days. So it makes you think a little bit. Could they be the biggest tag team peg warmers between so many lines? I think they would have to be. But the Bushwhackers, we knew they were never going to be tag team champions. They were there for comic relief. They were there to entertain. Not too far off from a clown, and we're talking Tears of a Clown here today. Of course, they were with Men in a Mission and Doink as part of Doink's team, I guess, back in the day at Survivor Series, way back in like 92, I want to say it was. It'll probably tell us on the back card there. But the Bushwhackers, definitely would love to see a Sheep Herders in the future. Could we get that in the Legends line? Maybe it's too deep of a cut these days. But I remember just finding out about the Sheep Herders long after I knew about the Bushwhackers. And I could not believe my eyes that Luke and Butch were looking for blood. And they were looking at every single way they could do to get blood. Be it barbed wire, teeth, they didn't care. They were going to make people bleed. Far cry from the Bushwhackers licking people's faces. And unfortunately, I've told the story before, my dad's dream, of course, shout out to my dad out there. And Dad, come on the channel and refute this if you want to, if you want to put it up. But Dad, he always said, man, if the Bushwhackers could just lick my face, then I could go home happy. If I could just get Luke or Butch to come by and just give me a little bit of licking on the face, maybe an anchovy or two out of their pocket, man, that'd be a great night. That'd be a great night for me. Never happened, unfortunately, for my dad. And of course, Butch passed away. I was actually at WrestleCon the year he passed away, so that was pretty sad, obviously. Always sad to see these guys go, but Luke's still making towns out there, still wrestling from time to time, so you could get a Luke autograph if you want to along the way. But let's dive in, and we're going to start with Luke. I guess that's fitting there. We're going to start with Luke here, and you got to have both these guys. Would anybody buy Butch and not Luke, or Luke and not Butch? I think you got to buy both. I'd imagine that would be the case. But nightmare fuel going on there. Very crazy Bushwhackers. To me, in the packaging of these two, though, I would have rather seen the Bushwhacker heads with the Doink heads off to the side. Nitpicky, I know, especially for a loose collector, but I would have preferred that because this is one moment in time here. The Bushwhackers, obviously, say what you want about them. They are Hall of Famers. They were around a long time. Everybody knew who they were. Feel like this should have been the Bushwhackers proper, not the Doink versions in the package, but it is what it is. Hopefully we get more Bushwhackers in the future. Like I said, they can kind of right those wrongs a little bit, if it is a wrong. You guys tell me. Survivor Series, Adam Pearce, of course. Bushwhacker Luke, of course, as well. Elite WWE. 8 and up on these. We've seen lately some of these being 13 and up, so a little changing of the guard there. If I do remember to ask at San Diego Comic-Con, I'll say, what's going on with the 8 and 13? I'll try to find out the answer on that. Survivor Series, Elite, Nightmare Fuel on the side. If you don't like clowns, this isn't the set for you, that's for sure. You got Certified Authentic, Elite, Bushwhacker, Luke. On the back, we got the cross sell down here. Of course, unboxing all these on the channel. We will build Adam Pearce. We will rank the entire line from my least favorite to my favorite, so stay tuned for that. Tail of the tape, got the blurb, got the glamour shot. Let's see what it says about our old friend Luke. Luke from New Zealand, just straight up New Zealand. Doesn't he got a town in New Zealand? New Zealand, don't you have towns out there? What are we doing, Mattel? But New Zealand, absolutely beautiful this time of year. I would love to go to New Zealand and Australia, maybe one of these days. Height, 5'11", weight 242 pounds. Finisher, the dreaded battering ram. In a Survivor Series 1993, okay, I was off a year. Match that was supposed to feature 4 doinks. The Bushwhackers and Men on a Mission pulled a prank with the ultimate switcheroo, and switcheroos, you never know which way the switcheroo is going to go. Sometimes they go positive, sometimes they go negative. This instance, they went positive. Career highlight, WWE Hall of Fame inductee. So good for them, of course. And I met Bushwhacker Luke one time. Salt of the year. See you later. Salt of the year. See you later. That's what he was. Plastic prison, of course, he's locked in with twist ties like a young Todd McFarlane. We know how that goes. We know how these twist ties go. We're just collecting them. We're collecting them at the end of the year. We're going to put them all in a pool, and we're going to swim through them. You think I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. We're going to swim through them. It's going to be a great time. Going to get out the old Speedo. It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great adventure here. Pop all this out. Oh my gosh, the hair came off. I wasn't expecting that. See you later. Goodbye. Twist ties. Get those off. Oh my gosh, I was not expecting the hair to come off on this one, so the nightmare fuel continues is what I'll say right there. But let's get down to business. We'll put all this stuff off to the side. I guess first things first, we do get Adam Pearce's Build-A-Figure head here. So Adam Pearce, would love to see Adam Pearce wrestle one match in the WWE. Of course, longtime wrestling fans remember him as kind of the king of the indies for many, many years on many of indie show across the world, of course. But let's get one more match. Let's see it. Who knows? But we do got gripping hand and we do got a fist hand. We get the exact opposite here for Bushwhacker Luke, keeping that on brand. But now let's get down to business here. Now, I was surprised this came off, but I guess I shouldn't be. We saw that with Doink the Clown figures in the past as well. But will it go back on? That's the key. That's the hard part. There we go. You got to just line it up. It's easy. It's easy. But first head out of here, it's definitely interesting. It's Doink the Clown. You got a little bit of that beard showing through there. You got the red mouth going, the blue, the white, the green hair. Wacky Doink. And I guess if somebody just handed you this head, you might not think it's a Bushwhacker. You might just think it's old Haggard Doink is what you might think that is right there. But very interesting looking here. Very interesting idea. And I honestly don't think they needed to go with this gimmick in this line. I think just a straight up Bushwhackers probably would have won the consumer over because it's been so long since we've had a Bushwhacker. But I do think you could have released down the line another set of Bushwhackers with this extra head or do a Championship Showdown 2-pack or something like that with these heads. I think that might have worked. But who am I? What do I know here? But it is nice extra value here, though. I will say that is very good of Mattel because, like I said, they could have spaced it out. Instead, they went all in. They put all their chips in on the old Bushwhackers here. Now, you do get Luke regular head, which is a little jarring here. He's got the eyes off to the side, got the mouth wide open, got that interesting, that hairdo with that, is that like a widow's peak or something? He was always rocking that here, and a little bit longer hair than normal as well. You got the facial hair going on in the beard. I'm not sure if he's got a big old thing of like Red Man in his mouth here. Is he packing some chaw in there? Kind of what it looks like. It almost reminds me of Stan the Lariat Hansen, of course, back in WCW, or No Holds Barred. He would always have that chaw going out and be dripping down. I was like, man, that's a wild look. I remember thinking that as a kid. I never knew anybody that chewed tobacco as a little kid. First time I ever saw anybody chewing tobacco was Stan Hansen. Can you believe that? What a wild ride that was. I just remember asking my dad, like, what's going on here? What's he chewing on? Is it like black licorice or something? Did he get some of that gum, that trick gum from Pee Wee Herman? What is all that stuff? My dad had to say, oh, it's chew. It's really good stuff. I'll get you a bag next time I go to the store. I think I was like 8 years old. And man, I've been chewing ever since. Maybe not. Don't fact check that one. But looking interesting here. But it does look like that. But it does look like Bushwhacker Luke. So we want that going on. But now we're getting down to old Luke in the body. Good body style on him here. Of course, you got those camo pants right there. You got the black boots going on, very on brand. You got the T-back. Is it a T-back shirt? Is that what that's called up here? Kind of a grayish, whitish color. You got all them Bushwhacker tattoos Luke used to have. Of course, you got to have those tattoos if you're from Australia. Australia? How about if you're from New Zealand? Oh, don't want to offend those New Zealanders. I bet nothing offends a New Zealander more when they say, oh, are you from Australia? Get out of here. I'm from New Zealand. I bet that's exactly how it goes. You guys can tell me. But we do got tattoos on both arms, of course, on brand right there. Now, arms do go all the way around for us. Bicep cut. Double-jointed pinless elbows. Hands removable back forth side to side. Of course, head removable. Ab crunch. Waist articulation. Big ol' splits for Luke. Nope. We got one. Oh, there we go. I just had to fight through it. We got a little bit of splits there for Luke. Of course, Luke known for his gymnastics, as we know. Leg does go up. Thigh cut. Double jointed. Pinned knees. Boot cut. Ankles back and forth, side to side. Playing all those usual hits as far as Mattel articulation does go. And does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand? Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Can I find the hole? Sometimes it's tough to find the hole. We've all been there. We've all been there. There it is. Luke doing Luke things. Now we're moving our attention over to Butch. And I always, in my brain, Butch was the leader of the Bushwhackers. Be interested to hear who you thought the leader was. Kind of like Demolition. I always thought Axe was the leader. LOD, I always thought Hawk was the leader. The Rockers always thought Marty Jannetty was the leader. Oh, and a plot twist. Plot twist. But there it is, old Butch doing Butch things at the Survivor Series, and that means getting in the makeup like a young Doink the Clown. Looking good. Love how he's posed in the package. He's giving the, oh yeah, he's going to do that. Let me tell you something, Cousin Luke. I can just hear him right there. Survivor Series, Adam Pearce, got his name, Glamour Shot, Elite, 8 and Up, WWE. There he is, old Butch on the side doing Butch things. Once again, Elite, Survivor Series, Certified Authentic, all the usual hits on the side. On the back, got the cross sell, got the Adam Pearce, got the Glamour Shot, tail of the tape, blurb. Let's see what it says about Butch. Once again, from New Zealand, 5'11", 242, battering ram, the dreaded battering ram. Oh, what a finisher that was. And then once again, same back here. Hall of Fame inductee in a Survivor Series 93 match that was supposed to feature 4 doinks. The Bushwhackers in Minute of Mission pulled a prank with the ultimate switcheroo, and we know about switcheroos. They can go south, but this time they went positive. See you later, goodbye. Whoa, there it is. Love that. You got to display these Bushwhackers in those kind of motions. I don't know how you can't do that. Everybody loves the Bushwhackers. Even if you didn't like the Bushwhackers, many years later, you kind of look on fondly of the Bushwhackers. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Once again, you guys can tell me in the comments. But the Bushwhackers, I never took them really all that serious. I don't know why anybody would take them super serious, but it was one of those ones. They were fillers. They were there to get the kids all excited. They were, you know, there to put over a bigger tag team or feud with the Rougeau brothers or whoever it may have been at the time. There we go. Plastic. See you later. Goodbye. All right, we're getting down to business with old Butch, and then, of course, we do got Adam Pearce head. We already had the head, but we do got the arms and hands there. Of course, we'll put him together later on. Stay tuned for that. Same thing we got with Luke. We get with Butch. Same hands, fist, and a gripping. Got those going on. Now we're getting down to Butch here, and I do like they didn't just give him the straight same heads, because you could have almost sneaked that through if you wanted to, but wide open mouth here for Bushwhacker Butch, looking very nice. Got the red on the nose, clown makeup, of course. Hair removable, once again, who knew? Who knew? And then, of course, you get the regular head for Butch, and oh my gosh, that is Butch for sure. Maybe a little dark on the hair, all things considered, but man, he's got that look with the lips and everything. I could picture him doing that on primetime wrestling out in the jungles at Busch Gardens with Mean Gene or something like that. Who knows? But a wild look there on Butch, but it does look good. We're here for old Butch. We're here for the Bushwhackers. Body, I'm going to guess identical. I'm going to guess it's the same body throughout. Got to get the most out of your molds. You know how that goes. It is the identical same body. They did give the tattoos the difference. That's really good. I think people would really take them to task if they didn't. So you do got the tattoos differently, but the body is identical. This is getting most out of your molds, and I think that's what helped us get those extra heads, because they could just use the same body, same hands, same everything. It's just the heads that are going to be different, and of course the tattoos as well. But definitely interesting. Definitely not my Bushwhackers. Do we get the same heads from back in the day? I think we did. I think we got the most out of our molds for sure. No, Luke is definitely different. I actually prefer the old Luke head sculpt to the new one. Butch I thought was pretty close though. No, it's different. I actually prefer the old heads to the Bushwhackers to the new heads, so I will say that, but that's the old school one. They did come with their hats. Got a little surprised we didn't get the hats with these, but it is what it is. Maybe I don't think they were wearing the hats, obviously, at the time. Then we do got Luke and Butch as well. Part of the battle pack back in the day. I remember buying these at a Toys R Us in Omaha way back when. Oh, simpler times, simpler times. But always good to get the Bushwhackers. Now we got 3 sets of Bushwhackers. We got 2 sets of Hasbros back in the day. Maybe it's time for a Bushwhackers top 5. And dare I forget the Jakks Classic Superstars as well. Could be time for a Bushwhackers top 5 on the channel one of these days soon. Stay tuned for that. And of course, you got to have Doink the Clown, the ringleader. I just grabbed the Ultimate Edition. A couple of different Doinks over the years as well. Ultimate Edition will fit in for this one right here, right now. But an interesting set if there ever was one. Luke and Butch return to the line. Hoping for at least one more set of the Bushwhackers, maybe a sheep herders as well would be pretty cool. We'll see what ends up happening in the future, but I'm here for some more of these legend ones, especially deep cut stuff like this, which is pretty cool for longtime fans, new collectors, old collectors, everybody in between, if you ask me. So there it is, the Bushwackers Survivor Series Elite. What are your guys' thoughts? Pickups, passes? A lot of people, I'm guessing this is going to be their first Bushwhackers set, so that is pretty cool too. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day, and then some. We got even more content for you over on Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel. You get early access to all the videos. You also get glamour shots for all the videos, and early access to both YouTube channels, on top of giveaways, Q&As, you name it. It's all going down on the old Patreon. And of course, don't forget ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for the Bushwhackers and Dwight the Clown 2, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.